peeing on everybody's hay. This pig has pneumonia. I was going to make a video in November about being prepared for the winter. It's blowing in right now and we're not prepared. I have 2 propane tanks with me and there's no propane anywhere. Range cubes are sold out because everybody wants to feed range cubes when it's cold. Alfalfa hay's gone at Atwood's, and I should have gotten it at Tractor Supply when I was there. I might pick it up on the way home. The other thing would be gas. If the pumps stop working, like we have rolling blackouts, then gas is out. So we usually have a few things of gas to fill the generator. Well, the generator was another thing we had on the list, and we haven't done that yet. So we don't even have a working generator. I need to put tarps on the turkeys just so they can get out of the wind. Turkeys are unfazed. I'm also going to fill their food and make sure they have plenty to eat during this time because I don't want them to be cold and hungry. I made a block here on the northwest side. I'm doing this north side here. Despite what the wind sounds like, it's actually quite a bit nicer in here just with this windbreak behind me. So next thing I'm going to do is give the chickens heat. I have to use the electrical box here in the goat pens and loop around each of the posts in order to keep the goats from chewing on it. These are miniature goats, so they're not very tall. This worked. Here's the new little shelter we made for the Shetland sheep, and then I'll go over to the extension cord in the chicken coop. It's still actually really warm in here. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit. I can't do it one-handed, sorry. Before, now it's clean. It's still gonna burn some dust off though. And that's where it's warm, next to the food that'll keep them warm. There we go. Decided to plug it in now so I can make sure, you know, nothing starts a fire. This should keep them pretty warm. Anytime in the winter when we plug this in, our egg production goes way up. While I'm in the goat pens, I'm just gonna re-hay them. Tons of hay. And now that we've fed hay for a while, there's hay on the ground for bedding and heat. And then tons of hay here. Everybody's full on water. And the boys had plenty of hay inside their house because Derek hayed them before I did. And the rabbits don't need a lot of cold protection, but this west side window, I want to get it blocked off because John's water freezes the most because he's right up against these windows. And I want to get him out of the wind at least, but I don't want any snow or rain to get in either. Probably. They don't have them ripped yet. They're not farm jeans. These babies have this calf hutch to get in out of the cold, wind and rain and whatever. It's really watertight. So we'll just put some extra hay in there. This pen has 2 houses. You can see those 2. So one of them is gonna go all the way down there to a couple of pigs that don't have any. And then Fleur and Madame Pomfrey also have another house. We're putting backs on the houses so that they have protection from the north wind. And then we've got to move one of them out of here for some more pigs. We just screw these backs on in the wintertime and we take them off for the summer airflow. I'm sure you're not keeping track, but Fleur and Madame Pomfrey in this pen were supposed to have babies by now. A number of things could have happened. We think something happened pretty early in the pregnancy. Their bodies could have aborted the babies and reabsorbed them, but they still have a couple more chances before we get rid of them. We had a vaccination for them to prevent things like this. But as soon as you come at these pigs with a needle, they run off and bend your needle or don't allow you to plunge the vaccination in. So we're gonna have to remedy that somehow. We're really hoping these boars, Haggard and Neville, don't ruin these houses, because they've done it in the past. Now Lily and Haggard have a house. We just got Dumb and Dumber over there. Jenny really is our dumbest pig, but she makes really good piglets. Hopefully they don't mess these up, the 2 boars. Derek's coming. He's going to get 3 hay bales this time because this tractor doesn't always like to start when it's really cold outside. Figured out it's much easier to take the wrap off before you get to where you're dropping the bale because the cows surround it and they love new hay bales. I'm so glad everybody has a place to go other than really the cows, but they do have one option under the barn. All the pigs have shelters and everybody's taken care of, so I can sleep a little better tonight. We also got to keep the puppy dogs, frogs, and fish warm, and us too. So we loaded up the pieces of persimmon tree from a tree that had fallen in a tornado this past spring. I always think they're getting One of the things we worried about was the generator that was broken, so Derek actually bought one. We kept it in the box in case we needed it, and then we got gas just to fill that generator if we needed to use it. Luckily we didn't, so we took it back. This is why I like these rubber water bowls, because I can kick the ice. Figured it out. You look fluffy, ladybird. We can tell they used this barn as a wind block yesterday because they had a lot of poops. I'm glad they have that. And the sun's out today. This is the one time I'm grateful for the sun. Just not during the summer. My tractor's fine. They have propane, so he's going to fill up the propane while it lasts. And we got some range cubes and alfalfa hay for the rabbits, so thank goodness we did that. I feel more prepared now. A couple of the rabbit waters are frozen just on the top and bottom. Luckily we have hot water in the kitchen, so I'll pour that in there for today. The goat's water is not frozen, just a little bit of ice. But I just noticed Elise right there is threatening another prolapse. So that probably means she has at least 3 babies in here. She doesn't look as big as last year, but last year she was a little bit smaller herself. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. I don't know if you saw it that quick. Oh, turkeys are just fine. Over here, now the water did freeze at the top. Oh my gosh. Nope, it's like all the way through. Taking one for the team. Oh gosh. Oh, it's a little thicker than I thought. Ah, there we go. Okay, drink up because that's gonna refreeze. Luckily, the days are over freezing, but this is in the shades. Maybe I should put it over there. I think maybe I'll do that after they get a drink. It's cold, isn't it? Last night, I didn't get too much sleep because I was up worrying about all the animals and what they're gonna do tomorrow or Thursday when it starts raining. It's supposed to be below freezing, so rain doesn't really make sense. We're kind of in the zone where it could just pass us over, and for once, I kind of hope it does, because Laurel was just born, a week ago. I just don't know if she'll be fine in the cold and the rain, so there's a possibility that I finish up here, go home, take a shower, and then come back out here to spend the night. Well, here I am in the trailer. I know y'all say that us down here in Texas don't know how to drive in the snow, but it ain't snow. It's ice, and nobody can drive on that. We filled up propane. We have gas for the generator in case the power goes out, because I have chicks in the barn. I'm here to keep an eye on Laurel and keep an eye on the electricity and to make sure that we don't drive in dangerous situations. It is not snowing. It hasn't snowed. It's sprinkled a little bit and sleeted a little bit. Can I just please have my breakfast go away? Everybody seems to be doing good. Is this the Longhorn Bill? You're peeing on everybody's head. Hey. Not everybody was healthy after the cold front. This pig has pneumonia, probably. She's having a real shortness of breath and making a wheezing sound. We have tried to catch her once and now she's onto us because I've got antibiotics. 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐝. This is our big problem with the pigs, is not being able to give them injections unless they are down. And by then you're on the line of being too late. So she wasn't showing signs yesterday, but we had that freeze come up and now it's like 53 degrees today. So we're going from one extreme to, oh, warmer, not another extreme, but that was a rodeo, quite literally, because I had to rope her. Got her second time. My years of roping the bird bath paid off. And then I was able to, Derek kind of straddled her and I was able to give her her injection. So you can't get over-the-counter antibiotics anymore because they don't trust us, or people want to make their money, I guess. We do have a good relationship with our vet, so I think he would give it to us if we take a video or a picture, and he's given us antibiotics for our staff before. Okay, it says most pigs are going to be feeling better in 24 to 48 hours, and if they show signs of remission, wait 24 to 48 hours. Do not exceed a total of 4 days. You can see she's eating and up and moving around, so she was a lot better today, but we decided the day before that we were going to treat her again this day if she was showing any signs of pneumonia still. She gave us a run around several times. I was trying to use her siblings to get away from the rope, but we got her. She's wheezing more now because she's running. But she got her second injection. Day 3, no wheezing, no shortness of breath. She was just running a little. She looks good. She's a feeder, by the way. Her nose is not good. She's a sweet pig, though. That just goes to show you, if you treat them fast enough and you're catching it fast enough, you can treat it. You can fix it, reverse it in 2 days. That's it. A lot of people are just throwing their animals feed, don't keep an eye on them, don't listen to them, don't notice anything out of the ordinary because they're just feeding and leaving. Sometimes, occasionally, we do have to do that, but I still look at them, still look at how they're walking, breathing, whether they're eating or not. You gotta keep an eye on them. Abby Normal has been in her little pen for a few weeks now, and the vet has checked her out, so it's time to give her a cat door to leave the greenhouse, if she wants to. We tried to use a circular saw and it was not powerful enough. These battery operated tools are not always most reliable. Instead, we grabbed a drill and drilled out the corners and then used a jigsaw to do the rest of the cutting.
Oh man, look at it, I went like perfectly right to.
Oh. I didn't even think about that part. This is just a cheap little door, but after she gets spayed and gets a microchip implant, we'll get the kind that only lets her in because we don't want any other creatures in there. Even though the windows will be open in the summertime. We'll let her out. Right now I'm just gonna open the door, I think. So Abby is out. But she's still in the greenhouse. I think she was sleeping on top of the dirt. It's heated in here, so I don't see her wanting to leave. It's breakfast time now. Let me get her fed. I've done some rearranging in here. Got rid of her cage. I moved her house over here. It's still plugged in. She is yet to find this cat door, which is so beautifully cut from this side. Still have her litter box here. I need to clean it out. And then she is back here. She She's now been free in the greenhouse, able to leave, and we've never seen her outside of the greenhouse. So she really likes where she is, and she's getting so close when I'm feeding her. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Sundays, and you can keep watching us grow our farm. Have a good one.